Hi guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about episode 9 and episode 10 of season 3 of And Just Like That. Now, if you haven't seen the episodes, there will be spoilers in this review, so stop watching if you don't want to be spoiled. So, here's my review of episode 9 and episode 10 of season 3 of And Just Like That. I didn't blame Carrie for how she reacted when she saw Aiden and Duncan together, since she didn't want Aiden and Duncan to ever be in the same room. It also showed that Seema was willing to see things Adam's way, since she decided to use the rock crystal that Adam uses instead of deodorant, even though it ended up making Seema smell bad during a meeting. Also, since Harry was still dealing with the aftermath of his surgery and Charlotte was dealing with her vertigo, I was thinking that it would have been a good idea if they hired someone to help them. It was funny to see how obsessed Herbert was with all of the foods that he couldn't eat because of his diet. And it was funny when Lisa told him to just go on Ozempic like everyone else. Even though Miranda at first tried to act like she didn't know where Joy's bottle of gin was, it was good that she did tell Joy that she got rid of the bottle because she's an alcoholic. And luckily, Joy was very understanding, and she also told Miranda that she has her own baggage. Aiden was really getting on my nerves in this episode, especially when he went to Duncan's apartment to tell Carrie that he had steak, and he also asked if Duncan wanted to join them. But Carrie said no, and she also told Aiden that she didn't know when she was going to be home. Even though I wasn't surprised about it, I was happy that Anthony refused when Gia tried to bribe him to break up with Giuseppe. But it was good that Gia apologized when she accidentally broke Anthony's salt and pepper shakers, even though she still doesn't like Anthony and Giuseppe together, since she doesn't want Giuseppe to have to take care of Anthony when he gets older. After Carrie and Aiden yelled at each other, it wasn't a surprise that they broke up. And I didn't blame Carrie for how she reacted when she found out that Aiden still doesn't trust her around other men, since it's been years since Carrie cheated on Aiden with John, and Aiden cheated on Carrie with Kathy. So even though they were both sad about it, it was good that they broke up. It was also good that the episode ended with Carrie hanging out with Miranda, Charlotte, and Seema. And I also loved that Taylor Swift's song, How Did It End, was playing. I thought the song really fitted the scene. It was nice to see Duncan compliment Carrie's writing, and I liked that he was giving Carrie advice for her book, even though it was cutting into the time he could have been spending writing his own book. It also made sense when Duncan wondered what he would be reading if Aiden was still there, since it was obvious that Carrie and Aiden's breakup was influencing Carrie's writing. It was also great to see Steve for the first time this season, and Miranda and Steve's reaction to finding out that Brady got someone pregnant was understandable, but I feel like Steve's reaction was much more extreme than Miranda's. It was pretty awkward that Giuseppe's roommate Andrew made a puppet that looks just like Giuseppe, and I didn't blame Anthony for how he reacted when he saw it. And even though Giuseppe told Anthony that Andrew was asexual, I didn't blame Anthony for thinking that Andrew had feelings for Giuseppe. And based on what happened later in the episode, he wasn't far off. I also felt sorry for Charlotte when she was dealing with all the noise in her apartment while she was trying to do a psychic energy session over Zoom. But it was nice when, during the rescheduled session, Rhonda, who was leading the session, changed the way she was acting after she found out how Harry's cancer affected Charlotte. It was sweet when Adam showed Seema a plant that he had given his late mother when he was 7 that had started off small, but thanks to his mother's love and devotion, it really thrived. But when Seema told Carrie that it was going to be because of Adam's mother that their relationship would end, I couldn't help but think that Seema was actively looking for reasons for the relationship to end. I also felt happy for Carrie when she told Seema that Duncan respects the things that make Carrie her. It wasn't appropriate that Miranda went to the hair salon where Mia, the girl that Brady had gotten pregnant, worked. And even though Mia spraying Miranda with water was extreme, Mia had a right to be upset since Miranda went undercover to meet her. It was also funny when Carrie showed Duncan her shoe collection, and I thought it was nice when Duncan invited Carrie to his publishing party. And when Carrie was talking to Charlotte about whether or not there could ever be something more with Duncan, I loved that Charlotte told Carrie that it wasn't up to anyone else but Carrie. It was sweet when Herbert was comforting Lisa after she felt bad for calling her daughter Gabby stupid because Gabby had let her pet hamster out of her cage, and now the hamster was loose in the apartment. And you could also tell that what Gabby said made Lisa feel guilty that she was never home because of her work. And I also felt sorry for Adam after Seema accidentally knocked his mother's plant out the window. And Seema obviously felt guilty about it. So it was really sweet when Adam told Seema that it was fine, and also told her that he was able to salvage some of the plant and put it on Seema's desk. I felt sorry for Herbert when his family thought that he was going to win his election, but he ended up losing. But it was nice that Lisa tried to comfort him by telling him that he was human, even though it was clear that Herbert was still upset. It was also funny to see that Imogen, Duncan's ex-wife and publisher, was in awe when Carrie showed up at Duncan's party. And even though Imogen was upset that Duncan had missed his due date, she was willing to meet to talk about extending it since Carrie was there. It was funny when at first Giuseppe told Anthony that he wasn't ready to move in with Anthony yet, but after seeing Andrew do something that may question his asexuality, Giuseppe agreed to move in with Anthony, even though he didn't tell Anthony the reason that he changed his mind. Ever since meeting Duncan, I have felt the chemistry between Carrie and Duncan, so I wasn't surprised when they kissed and slept together in this episode. But since Duncan is moving back to England, and he said that he won't be coming back to New York, it looks like there won't be a relationship between them. But there are 2 episodes left, so anything could happen. I am curious to see what's going to happen in those 2 episodes, since it's been confirmed that they will be the last episodes of And Just Like That. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw the episodes, let me know in the comments what you thought about them. And if you want to see any of my previous And Just Like That reviews, check out the playlist. And if you want to see my future and just like that reviews or any of my other future videos, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!